It's Luke and Naomi.
All right, we're back for another episode of Luke and Naomi on air featuring Naomi's Under a Rock reviews. It's episode 82.
82. Just moving right along.
That's right. Well, it's episode 82. I'm Luke Austin. That's Naomi Lynn. Naomi hasn't seen any movies. I've seen a lot of the movies.
All of them.
So we're here to find out what Naomi thinks of today. It's Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
That's right.
Very, very excited about this one. I'm a huge Austin Powers fan. I don't know how the hell we've gotten 10 years, almost 10 years together without you watching Austin Powers and
That's right.
knowing all the things.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
somehow we did.
Yep, that's the review today.
Honestly, I think that's why we started the whole thing, is so that I could sneakily just get you to watch the Austin Powers movies.
It worked,
So
because
it
now
worked.
I watched one.
That's right. The review's coming up. I'm excited for this one, as usual. I get excited for most of them, but this one especially, and also a little nervous because it is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, what if I rip it all to pieces
is-
and absolutely hated it?
That is the big what if.
Yeah.
So
We'll see.
anyways, there you go. If you don't know us, if you're new to the show, we used to do a morning show in Roswell, New Mexico. So that's why we mess around a little bit before we get to the review. We do
That's right.
a little bit of that stuff. And the first thing this week is another update on the plants.
That's right, our plants that are still alive, besides the green onion. They're still doing well.
Besides the green onion.
You killed that one.
So I think it might be birds, because there is plenty of bird traffic around the apartment.
Okay.
And the green onion was oddly like bent and torn. If you were listening last episode, I was talking about that, where I think it just,
It does make sense.
I don't know if the wind knocked it over, if birds were pulling at it or something like
I
that.
think you're just trying to find excuses for why you killed the green onion.
Answers more like
Okay.
it, because
Okay.
really,
Answers, not excuses.
I want to know what the hell is going on with this,
The
because
thing is, it's dead.
our second jalapeno plant.
Is looking a little rough.
Well, I went out there to prep them to get a little fertilizer on there.
Mm-hmm.
And everything was fine. This was like Friday night or Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And then Saturday evening, waited, for the sun to go down so they weren't getting burned up and all that stuff. I go out there and the little one's all torn up. Half a leaf is missing and then another one is broken in like the same style.
Well, the bird idea does match. It is possible.
So, that's just bullshit.
It is. Listen, we have two beautiful tomato plants that are doing so well. Our cilantro is awesome and tasty. I've already taken a leaf off
We had
and
to eat a
tried
leaf.
it.
Yep.
Yep. And it was delicious. And we have one pepper plant that's looking amazing. So we're not doing too bad.
Not doing too bad.
Yeah,
Not
I'll
doing
take
too
it.
bad.
I'll
They're-
take it.
They're looking good. So that's the update on the plants. It's the birds.
It's the bird's fault.
It
Yeah.
is. I'm always going to blame the birds.
That's fine. I'm okay with
Something,
that.
something like that.
Yeah.
Do frogs eat plants? Because then we'll
I
have
don't
to.
know. I know they eat bugs.
There's been a bunch of tree frogs around the plants too, so I don't know.
We'll see.
Trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Anyway, that's the update on the plants. If you don't know, now you know. Naomi's terrified of AI.
I'm not terrified of it. I just think that we should be a little cautious.
If
That's all.
if I had said Naomi's not here for AI at all,
Yeah, that's pretty close.
that's more accurate. Okay, so I found a story, and I'm wondering how you'll do with this one, because it is AI, but I feel like this one's okay because you can sort of, I don't know, you can deal with it.
Okay.
You know what I mean, it helps you. It's beneficial maybe,
Okay.
and it's not replicating yourself for your future people. AI shopping carts they're testing out in certain cities and grocery store chains.
Okay.
What do you think, first of all, when I just say AI shopping cart? What comes to mind? What are you visualizing?
Honestly, you don't want to know what I'm visualizing.
do.
I just imagine like my
this is gonna
phone set up to like the cup holder of a shopping cart, and I'm going down the aisles, and then all of a sudden my shopping cart is making the decision of where I'm going. No, go back to the cookies. I need to pick those up.
I don't know exactly what.
It's got a mind of its own because it's AI.
And now, for the movie lovers out there, Naomi's never even seen Maximum Overdrive, so I don't know. She has seen Short Circuit,
Yeah.
so maybe that. But why do you immediately just go there? It's haywire.
Because it's not haywire. It just thinks it knows what's best for me. And it could be the right answer where it's taking me away from the cookie aisle so I don't spend money on cookies that I don't need. But that's not what I want. I want the cookies.
Well, that answer couldn't have been better. I don't think that could have been better. The real one is much more disappointing.
Good.
So the biggest complaint or whatever negative review that I saw about it, and again, it was a quick article, was that it was clunky, a little bulky, and didn't roll the best.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it rolled, but, just maneuver the best because it's a little bulky and different. It honestly looked like, when you get the plastic stand-up laundry hampers with all the holes in them that are just like a cylinder.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like one of those inside of a motorized cart. But I don't even think it's motorized. So basically what it is, it's your standard, it's a shopping cart, except for it looks really different and all of that. And it's got the screen on there.
Okay.
So you can scan everything right there and then either go to a checkout, and then as you roll through, your price comes up, you pay a cashier, or you can just pay right there, basically on the tablet. Take the card out, go to your car, load up your stuff.
That doesn't sound too bad.
No, and like you can do, I don't know if you've got like a profile, like probably because everything.
Yeah.
But mostly all the grocery stores we go to, you have like the app or something you can sign up for.
Yeah, and you have like the savings card,
Thank you. Yeah,
all those numbers that are to you,
I got
basically.
the little stupid thing on the keychain, you know what I mean? So you just scan that on your cart or whatever it is, put in your code, and it keeps track of how much you bought and stuff like that. It's got like the produce scanner on it.
Okay.
So it can holler at you as you're walking through the store instead
That's
of
right.
when you're at the, But so yeah, then it's just, you put all that stuff in. It keeps track of what you have, how much you've spent so far, any discounts you've got coupon wise, and all of that stuff. So you can see right there how much it is. And then you don't even really have to go to a register. You just pay on the cart and walk out.
That is pretty interesting. I think I would be down for that.
All right.
Yeah, I can handle that kind of AI.
I thought I'd get you one there, especially
I'll
in the
take
grocery store when it's adding up everything for
Yeah,
you.
if it's adding it up as we go, that's pretty cool.
Calculating sales tax and the whole 9 yards too.
Yeah. That is pretty
that's
cool.
what AI is for, really. It's a tip calculator. It's a sales tax calculator.
That would be wonderful. I'm just scared of like iRobot stuff going on with the AI. So I'll never be comfortable with it.
We have to find the episode where you're just holler iRobot.
Yeah, I don't remember what that was.
I'm going to pull that, and now we have the opportunity to have drops on the show with the new gear.
So every time we talk about AI, you can pull that clip and hear me yelling, iRobot, iRobot.
That is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct.
I'm not going to tell you what episode that is, just so you know. When I figure it out, I'm not going to let you know. We don't need that drop.
I hope somebody else does. Brando,
Somebody might.
Paul, somebody's going to know. Somebody's going to know. Somebody who's been with us for the majority of the run here, because that was entertaining as hell, by the way. Yeah. Whatever it was, just scared the bejesus out of you.
I think it had to do when we were talking about the robot butlers. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And I'm definitely not here for that.
I'm not here for iRobot, but I'm here for a robot butler. That just, I liked Rosie from the Jetsons. What about that? That's what I want.
I'm here for the shopping cart, okay? That's about as much as you're going to get out of me.
All right.
Shopping cart.
Yikes. I forgot what I was doing here. Oh, yeah. Pat Sajak's retiring.
I knew that was coming. Like he had mentioned, he had mentioned that this was his last year of doing it or something like that. Yeah.
His last season, whatever.
Yeah.
So on Friday, they aired his last episode, 41 years.
That's crazy. Can you imagine having the same job for 41 years?
I can't imagine having and then liking it too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he called it an incredible privilege to be invited into millions of homes night after night, year after year.
That's so cool.
Vanna White, who was there for pretty much the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
I think they were there together. They were together for day one. 8,000 episodes, or more than 8,000 episodes.
Crazy.
That's insane. We're at 82 over here going, how the hell do we do this?
Right? What are we going to talk about next week?
And we don't even have to make puzzles.
Right? Wait, I think that's somebody else's job.
Let's hope so. Vanna said, you made me who I am. You really did.
Aww.
She credited him for making her comfortable and confident.
That's cute.
And Pat reflected on the show's impact, sharing moments when viewers expressed how the show had connected generations and families.
It does.
He called it awfully gratifying.
Yeah. I remember, watching it with my grandparents and watching it with my parents, and then
I defy
now us
you.
watching it.
Anybody, my age, your age, I defy you to think of Wheel of Fortune without thinking of a grandparent.
Right?
Because the chances are you watched it with a grandparent.
Yep.
An older aunt or uncle or something.
Somebody, yeah.
But yeah, of course, the Wheel.
Crazy.
This isn't like Price is Right, where you watch that when you're homesick. I'm talking you watch this after dinner with grandma.
So what happens now? Does Wheel of Fortune continue with somebody else?
Yes.
That's weird.
Well,
it's going to be like the whole Jeopardy thing.
You have heard who this is. They have it. Yeah.
I have, haven't I? It's Ryan Seacrest,
It's
isn't
Ryan
it?
Seacrest, yes. So that
I
was
can see him doing a good
that's
job.
what Ryan Seacrest was born for.
Yes.
Was the Wheel of Fortune. That's what he's been prepping for this whole time. All the New Year's Eves, all the other junk has just been prepping to take over.
I can see him doing this really, really well.
Because he kind of is that.
Yeah.
Right.
He is.
That's not a negative at all, by the way.
No.
But that is 100% Ryan Seacrest. And he's fun and entertaining and all that stuff. So
he'll do well.
I think the Wheel will be in good. And Vanna will be there to go, no, that's not how we do it.
That's right.
So pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, Vanna's definitely returning at least for a couple
Okay.
of more seasons. I don't know. Because they tape those things all in
one shot. They do a whole bunch of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
all in a big. So maybe we get a few more seasons of Vanna White. Hopefully, anyway. Crazy though. Pat Sajak, Alex first, then Pat. Just retiring. I wonder if that picked up. It absolutely did. I got to mute this
Beautiful.
computer. Yeah. Do I delete that or just leave it in?
Leave it.
All right. Let's see. What are we doing now? I think it's time for the recurrent dose of Did You Know? I got some random facts for your whatever day you happen to be listening.
I thought you were going to just say episode 82, but
Yes.
You can make it more complicated if you'd like.
For your person.
Day. For your day.
I've got a few because I won't. Yeah, I like that. For your day. Should I write that down?
No.
Some random
I'd like
facts.
to rather watch you just try to, struggle your way
it.
through it.
Your recurrent dose of Did You Know? I didn't come up with on my own either. Shout out to Paul.
Yeah.
All right. I've got a few. Just stop me when you're tired of them because I can't count while I'm reading them. Did you know the eye of an ostrich is bigger than its brain?
I did know that.
The eyes are around the size of a pool ball, billiard ball. One eye is also smaller than the other.
That's weird. I did not know that.
This thing says maybe that's why they run in circles. I didn't know that they did that, but okay. Did you know on average a secretary will use their left hand for 56% of what they type on a keyboard?
I'm messing with my hands right here. There's an E on... No. Wait, the E is on the left-hand side, right?
Yes,
Yep,
yes,
that's why.
that's why.
That's why right there.
Yeah, so the most common letters, not just E, are on the left side of the keyboard. The right side of the keyboard only contains I and N as the most common letters.
Yeah.
So the majority is on the left side. That was boring. Did you know the largest pair of eyes in the world belong to the giant squid?
Didn't know that, but I would assume it was a water creature.
The eyes are the size of soccer balls.
Gross.
Yeah, that
Blech.
is pretty gross. There's a couple more here. Let's see here. Did you know Japan has 23 vending machines per person?
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, Japan has the highest amount of vending machines in the world.
I want to go to Japan just because of all the crazy stuff that they have.
I've heard so many cool things about Japan. I definitely want to go to Japan for sure.
That would be cool.
And some of those vending machines, by the way, have beer
I've heard.
just out on the street.
Yes.
Can we do that here? Because damn,
Probably not.
absolutely not.
Someone would just smash it open and steal all the stuff inside.
Exactly.
We cannot be trusted.
I wouldn't even take a bet of 10 minutes of it lasting 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Did you know there are 7 different types of twins?
Okay.
So we know identical and fraternal, right? There
Yes.
are 5 more. That is half identical, mirror image.
Okay, I think I've heard that before.
Mirror image is, I want to know more about that because this doesn't have any explanations, but I want to know what the mirror image thing is. Then there's mixed, which is, I didn't think we called people that, but anyway.
Hey.
There's chromosome and super fecundation and super fetation.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah. Great fact. Yes,
7
very interesting.
different types. I still want to know what the mirror image.
You have to look it up.
I'm going to have to look that up for sure. Let's see here. Did you know sign language has tongue twisters?
I'm guessing that's where your fingers move in like opposite ways.
They're called finger fumblers.
Interesting enough. Yeah.
That right there is your recurrent dose of Did You Know? Some random facts for episode 82.
There you go.
It just seems vanilla to say it that way. I got to say it.
I'm sorry.
Some
I
random
don't know.
facts
I don't think it's that bad.
to keep on your person throughout the week.
There you go.
How about that? So last week we asked you to go to the Facebook page, look at the list of survival gear, and then choose 4 that you would choose on a deserted island. Before I get to that, though, I was looking through things earlier today and saw a story of a kite surfer in Southern California who got dragged to basically a remote beach. There was no way he could get off.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, and he had to spell out help in the sand. And a helicopter found him.
Oh,
and was able
my goodness.
But they had to throw him a rope, pull him up onto like these rocks that he couldn't climb.
Yeah.
And then like lift him up to a couple more places before they could actually
go and get him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So there you go.
That's scary. So scary. Those kite surfers, though, that's so awesome to watch when you see them at the beach.
I'm going to leave it at watching them because that is awesome to watch.
Yeah. I don't think it's anything we'd ever be able to do. Ever.
Oof.
We don't have enough strength. We are not athletic enough. And also, I'm scared of dying, so I'm not going to actually go do that.
Usually, also, when I'm at the beach, I'm about 4 beers in.
That's
so,
right.
You know,
I don't think you can kite surf and drink at the same time. Maybe you can, but it's probably not a good idea.
Tell you what, you've been a kite surfing beer holder. I'm in.
Perfect. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
So you're stranded on a deserted island. You can choose 4 of the following. We have tarp, sunscreen, toilet paper, a giant pot or like a kettle, an iPod, hiking boots, a handsaw, a flare gun, an inflatable raft, a flashlight, insect repellent, a hammock, a compass, a mirror, vitamins, water purifier, fishing rod, rope, hunting rifle, so say 5 ounces of weed, first aid kit, a tent, a knife, matches, and a volleyball.
That's right.
Spoiler alert, nobody wanted the weed.
Oh, okay.
Nobody also wanted the iPod or any of the repellent either.
The iPod, I think, is the stupidest thing on there.
It is. I mean, I get
that's
it.
Horrible.
But I don't know. I can't.
This actually wasn't too hard for me to do.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready for my 4?
I want to know your 4.
Okay. First of all, I want a tent. I need shelter. I have to have shelter. I need a tent.
Okay.
I also need a first aid kit because I'm a klutz. I'm going to get hurt. I need that first aid kit. I need vitamins and a water purifier because I can't hunt. I can't fish. I'm not going to be able to cook anything. The vitamins will at least let me live a little bit, and then the water purifier will allow me to drink the water to take the vitamins without having to have the pot to try to, light something by rubbing 2 sticks together to get water to boil because I didn't pick the matches.
So you've completely given up on the fact that you would even have a fire.
Right. I just want to be rescued, basically. So I need to, wait out my time for hopefully a couple of months with those vitamins. I mean, there's 7 bottles of vitamins. Vitamins usually have 120-day supply there. I should be set for a little while.
You think that's enough though for sustenance? I mean, that's not giving you, the fats and proteins and stuff you need to go.
Hopefully one of those is a 1 a day.
What is this, the Jetsons, where you got the meal pills and stuff like that?
I wish. That would make it even easier, But that's the route I'm going because honestly, when I thought about it and I was like, oh yeah, I'll get a knife because then, I can cut brush and make a fire and all of this kind of stuff and take care of a fish. I don't know how to do any of that crap. I'd end up getting myself sick by not cooking something all the way.
Take this very seriously, and I appreciate that.
I did.
That's well done.
This is,
That's well done.
but I also have a tent, which is really nice. So I can, starve to death and be miserable, but at least I have shelter.
All right.
Those are my 4.
All right.
All right.
Not bad.
Not bad, yeah.
I think I'd go with the tarp instead of the tent because, you can make the shelter with the tarp. And if it's a deserted island, I'm, banking on the fact that it's going to be hot. So I don't need to be, like, inside of a tent, but I understand the security of the tent.
Okay.
Where it seems like they might be interchangeable. I feel like if necessary, you could take the tarp down and use that for other things.
Yes.
What have you. Then I want a knife because you got to have a knife.
Okay.
Absolutely have to have some sort of knife. Then I want the iPod and a flare gun because I'm not going to last very much longer than that.
So you want to be entertained for the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shoot up some flares and listen to
music.
While I'm, praying to God that somebody sees a flare.
That's right.
Or a boat drives by that I can signal or something like that. So as far as our answers from the great internets, Brian from England says his 4 would be the tarp, the knife, the pot, and the compass. The tarp has multiple uses. A pot can be used for carrying water and cooking. Yep.
How are you going to cook that, though? You didn't take the matches.
Every guy in his mind knows how to start a fire.
With 2 sticks?
With, 2 sticks or in the wild, however you want to put it.
I watched people try to do that on that show Alone without one of those flint things where they're just trying to rub 2 sticks together. No.
It takes hours.
Absolutely not. Not going to happen.
He says, of course, a knife for hunting, making spears, stripping bark, etc., and the compass needs no explanation.
Right.
That's well done. I get it because I went sans knife too. But if you got the flare gun, you're good.
If somebody sees you.
Well, you could also use that to start a fire if you need to. If you got multiple flares, you can do all that stuff.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I though honestly,
the picture looks like there's multiple flares. Just saying.
It does.
It looks like you get a whole roll of them.
Snowman says flare gun, fishing rod, rope, knife.
Okay.
That's all he said.
It's good. The fishing rod is really important. If you know how to fish, then yeah, that's going to be your lifesaver there. But if you don't know how to fish, like me, what am I going to do with the fishing rod?
Well, if it is like a fully equipped fishing rod, you can use the fishing line for things, tying stuff up and all of that stuff.
It's going to be using too much energy. Yeah, just eat my vitamins.
Naomi's just going to sit in the tent and eat the vitamins.
That's right.
And purify water.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I hope that's a solar still, not just a water purifier. Because if you're in the middle of the ocean, where are you going to get...
I don't know. I don't know how any of this works.
All right. Paul Moore says water purifier, tent, knife, fishing rod. Would survive a while if fishing worked.
That's right.
Good call. Again, both of these people are prepared to rub 2 sticks together to make fire. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Dorsey says tarp, tent, fishing rod, and water purifier. So same thing, similar. He says, I'm not stranded on a deserted island. I'm on an extended camping and fishing trip.
Nice.
My man. I love that. Another one who's starting fire by rubbing 2 sticks together.
That's right.
All men after my own heart. And Ralph says, raft to get back to the mainland.
Nice.
Water purifier to have a source of hydration. Vitamins to kind of eat. And iPod to listen to the music all the way. Ralph's always got these,
He's getting off the island.
That's right.
He's got a plan. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I would maybe switch out something for the tarp because you can make a sail with the raft. We've all seen Castaway. You have to get past those breakers.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
You make a little sail with the tarp unless it's too heavy, but it shouldn't be if the winds are picking up enough.
Speaking of Castaway, no one took the volleyball?
No one took the volleyball.
No Wilson?
That's right. No huge bag of weed, no volleyball. What else? No...
well, you took the iPod, so...
No flare, no flashlight.
Nah.
No mirror.
Nah.
No hammock, insect repellent. No first... Oh, you took first aid kit.
I did.
Nobody took the matches.
Nope.
Toilet paper or sunscreen.
I would like the hammock, but I figured I got a tent, so I've got at least a little bit of comfort. So no hammock.
These lists are terrible because if you could just choose 5 items, you'd be really good off. But the one that you can't. So great answers. Love it. Absolutely love it. For next week, we're
going to talk bad.
We're going to vent a little bit for next week. How about that?
We're going to complain a little bit.
The picture that you'll see that accompanies this on Facebook
looks like a toilet.
You can look right now. If you're watching on YouTube, You can see it right now.
Yeah.
So the
See?
picture
A nice toilet.
that you got going on there.
It's got a roll of toilet paper.
Naomi took that picture.
Yeah, I did. I took that picture at work.
So what little things do people do around the workplace that drive you up the wall? Because,
again, roll of toilet paper on the back of the toilet that's being used. I mean, you can tell in that picture that somebody has used that toilet paper. You will also see the empty toilet paper holder with the old roll that's now empty.
and it's not one of those public bathroom holders that's you got to have like a stupid key to get into.
No.
Okay.
You just have to open it and change out the roll of toilet paper.
Does it have one of the tube thingies that you have to, take out that's separate, then put in between the roll and then snap it back in? Is that how it works? Or you just slide it in between the two tabs?
You just slide it in. It's like really easy.
Wow.
It's like, why? But yeah, this drives me absolutely nuts, and it happens probably about once a week. It's either the toilet paper on the back of the toilet or just sitting on top of the toilet paper holder.
On top of the holder's classic. Yeah. Because it's like, here you go. Next person.
Drives me absolutely nuts. It's not that big of a deal. I shouldn't even care. But it drives me up the wall. Are you kidding? Just it's not even 30 seconds. Take the extra 7 seconds to put the toilet paper where it belongs. It's not that difficult.
It's really not. It's really not. And
it drives me nuts.
I'm coming from a place of I'm a husband. I change that shit out.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
This is
it's
at
really
work.
Quick.
This is my coworkers.
I don't know why, but it's fun. I like changing the role. It's the stupidest thing that I find like, oh, hey, here, I'm doing the,
okay.
a little sense of satisfaction there and everything. Accomplishment.
Well, will you give a class
My bars
to
are set very low.
some of the people that I work with that don't seem to realize that this is something you should do?
No.
And I don't know who the guilty party is. Honestly, I have no idea. And that makes me more mad about it.
It drives you crazy, right?
It does. Because I'm like, I trusted all of you. Who's doing this?
I trusted all of you. Now the trust is gone.
It is broken.
Gone. Terrible. Yeah. The morale has just been shattered, and it's all over.
Absolutely. That's our topic for next week.
What little things do people do around the workplace that drive you up the wall? They can be specific to your workplace. They can be things that even happen at home, but you happen at the workplace, make them even
worse.
Even worse.
Yeah.
Like for just crazy. Mine is the turning on and off of lights. Like if I'm sitting there and the light's not on, it's because I know that the light's not on. And maybe,
so the last thing you want is somebody to come by and turn on the light?
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
And it really, it's not anything I should complain about because it's done out of love and all of that stuff. But
let me get this light on for you.
I have a situation where I'm sitting, there's a set of doors that are not in use anymore.
Okay.
But they're still like you can see out but not in. So I still get tons of light and all of that. So I can be sitting there in nice daylight, doing my work in natural light.
Yeah, which is very nice.
And somebody will come on and flip the lights on and just like, oh, and then, you can't say anything.
Right.
So that's my probably little thing that just drives me. That and the stupid landscapers.
The landscapers?
That's probably not a little thing. But we have, again, it's these double doors.
Okay.
It's like business doors. The place was remodeled, and where I sit is near where the old front entrance used to be.
Okay.
The doors are still there for fire purposes, safety, and all that. It's great. I like them. When the landscapers are there, they come by with the damn leaf blowers. That's another whole topic for me to rant on at some point.
Let's stick to one at a time.
But they come by with the leaf blowers, and they blow off, the 6 pieces of pebbles and
leaves,
one leaf maybe, and some dirt, and they make 11 passes on the door. 2 people each.
Okay.
So 22 times throughout the day that they're here to landscape. I'm trying to sit at my desk doing something. Sometimes I'll have headphones in and I'm trying.
But all you can hear is
yeah, but then they hit the door.
Oh, okay,
so,
even better.
There's a small gap under the door and around, and it's and oh my god. Oh,
that's it for you.
And it's one of those where it's just like I'm trying not to care, but then they come by again, and then again, and by the 3rd or 4th time, it's just like I have to get up. It's snack time. I'm going.
I gotta go do something else for a little while
before I just snap.
Okay.
So there. I don't know if that's a little thing.
honestly, I mean, I do get that. Because it's loud. If you're trying to do something, if you're trying to concentrate, that does make it difficult. I do understand that.
It's just terrible.
But listening to you complain about it, wow.
Also,
that does make you really angry, doesn't it?
It's irrationally angry.
Yeah.
So I get.
Well, that's what these things are.
Yeah,
that is
so.
the topic.
I guess so. Irrationally angry. What drive you up the wall is irrationally angry, isn't it?
Yes.
So can't wait to hear everybody's answers.
I want some good ones. I want some stories.
Can you top the sound effects as well?
That's right.
You can come with the visual aids if you have to. We would love to see those.
Yeah. Visual aids are the best.
Whatever you got. Honestly, now that we have the capability of playing sound wherever we want to, if you want to send us an audio clip like it's a call into the show, do that.
Oh, that would be
fun.
awesome.
Somebody
we would
can
play
try that.
it. Yeah.
Heck yes.
I'd be down for that. It
Heck
would be
yes.
almost like taking live calls.
Almost.
So yeah, you could even just have a little audio clip of you, telling us your story.
MP3, whatever it is. You
Bonus
can send
points. If you do it that way, you will get bonus points.
Facebook Messenger, you can hit the email. All our contact info's out. That would be awesome. Anyway,
We
can't wait
haven't
to see
done
those.
bonus points in forever.
We have not.
I'll give away bonus points. You just got to give us the audio. That's
There
all
you
I'm
go.
asking for.
How about that? How can you turn down bonus points?
Extra bonus points.
Luke and Naomi on air, where the rules are made up and the points don't matter.
That's
right?
Where's Drew Carey when you need him?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, that is it. That's all the stuff. Looking forward to those answers for sure. Are you ready?
Yes.
All
Wow.
right.
You were really ready with that.
Absolutely. I was excited. Had the finger on the trigger and everything. It is time for Naomi's Under a Rock review. And you can't get much more under a rock than having never seen Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery, Spy Who Shagged Me, or Goldmember. So we got to start somewhere. Why not start at the beginning?
That's right. It makes the most sense, compared to seeing the other ones first.
Well,
I have
absolutely.
to see the first one.
Honestly, we should have started with some James Bond because that's where,
That's
all
what
of
he's
this-
making fun of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get the idea of James Bond.
Sure.
So it's fine. I don't think I need to see it
We
to be
could-
able to
we-
understand
We
this.
could probably get away with handfuls of clips from like Dr. No and Goldmember and maybe one other, and you would get it all.
Okay.
But
Yeah. All right. The question is, are you ready for this?
No, absolutely not.
All right, here we go.
I'm hiding under the desk for this one.
All right. So we meet Dr. Evil and his cat right away.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
That's right. Are you going to be doing this the whole time?
All episodes.
Perfect.
Sorry, y'all. Turn
All
it off
right.
now, I guess. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
All right.
Tell your friends.
So we meet Dr. Evil right away. He lets us know his plot. They're going to kill Austin Powers. I figured this is going to be pretty straightforward. It's not going to be a hard movie to follow.
Yeah, it doesn't get complicated.
If it did, that would just be weird. Okay. So we have Dr. Evil. He's sitting around a table with his henchmen, basically. Spares two of them while he kills off everybody else. We meet Austin Powers. He's in England. He's taking pictures of models, and then they all start chasing him because apparently, he's just so great. He's a catch.
He's
so
sexy.
Good looking.
He's a sex symbol.
But he's not. He's gross.
Welcome to the joke.
Okay. All right. Anyway, we have this whole dance number, some guards doing backflips, then a sporty little car pulls up, and Austin Powers flips into the passenger seat. We are off and running.
Off and running.
All right.
If I can get some of the Austin Powers music, you'll be hearing that right now.
Perfect. Austin Powers and Miss, was it Kensington?
Kensington.
It's Kensington.
Yes.
Okay. I put
Mrs.
an I.
Kensington.
I put an I through a bunch of this, so I'm going to mispronounce it many times.
That's okay. You're Midwestern.
Yeah, that's okay. It's a good excuse there. They go to a party. I'm not going to name the place because it was really ridiculous.
The Electric Psychedelic Pussycat Swingers Club.
That's the exact place. They go to this party because apparently Dr. Evil is going to try to kill Austin Powers there. But that's not what happens. Austin Powers foils his plan, so Dr. Evil runs off and freezes himself to try to kill Austin Powers later in the future. in 1997,
Woo.
where the movie is set.
In the future.
Yes.
Now very much in the past.
Yes. Austin Powers has frozen himself as well. They unfreeze him, and now he's working with Mrs. Kensington's daughter, Vanessa. So I
Yes.
get away with saying Vanessa for the rest of the movie. That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah. And then the whole scene where he's being unfrozen and how his hair was sticking up in every single direction and how he had to pee for like 20 minutes straight.
Evacuation complete.
Yeah. Quite the scene. Best to just watch it yourself.
Warm
you
liquid
know?
goo phase.
Like,
activated.
that was so gross.
It's awesome.
So gross.
Well, that's how you unfreeze somebody. You got to have the warm liquid goo face.
Yeah, I guess. All right, so Dr. Evil is back at his underground lab, or lair, making plans with his new henchmen. And so far, all his evil plans are things that have already happened, like holes in the ozone, and I forgot what the other things are that he wanted to do.
Prince Charles cheating on his wife.
Yes.
Which, if you don't know, he was talking about Princess Di.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they decide to steal a bunch of, I say a bunch of nuclear weapons, but I think it was just one.
He says a bunch of, but
he only gets one, yeah, and decides to hold the world hostage. Austin and Vanessa, we find them on Austin's plane flying to the U.S. He's trying to, hook up with her, but she's not interested. Honestly, at this point, like, he's jumping on the bed and, like, sticking his butt out and, like, posing weird.
Do I make you horny, baby?
Yeah. All I can think of is Zach Brannigan from Futurama.
Awesome.
The entire time.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
fantastic. Is it because they're on a plane?
Maybe, and the whole bed thing,
Okay.
I don't know.
That's wonderful.
But I was like,
that's a great comparison.
This is Zach Brannigan.
Good company.
Yeah. So that's all I can think about. He's kind of annoying. He's a little weird, and he thinks he's a big shot, and he's not. He's weird.
He was.
He was a big shot, but now he's not anymore, so you can't still act like that. All right, anyway, they end up in Vegas, where the two are posing as a married couple on vacation, and they're looking for members of Dr. Evil's company.
Virtucon.
Virtucon?
Virtucon.
Okay. So Dr. Evil has a conference call with the United Nations, which is a bunch of people dressed very stereotypical.
Oh, I love the UN
to
scenes.
represent all the different countries.
Did you happen to notice the friggin' cowboy in the background?
Yes, I did.
It is such it's very much, a spoof movie
Yes.
in the vein of Naked Gun and all of that stuff.
It was just absolutely ridiculous. I get it, it's over the top. It really was over the top. I'm like, this is so stereotypical that I believe that trying to make this movie probably wouldn't fly anymore.
Fuff.
I feel like it would be kind of hard.
Maybe.
I feel like some of those scenes, people would be like, you're crossing lines a little bit there. I thought it was fine. It was funny, and, like, it wasn't,
Wasn't too much?
It wasn't too much. But, somebody's going to get upset somewhere.
Wonderful.
Anyway, so he has this conference with the United Nations. He's telling them that, hey, I've got this nuclear weapon, and I'm going to be holding the world ransom for $1 million.
$1 million.
But then he knows that $1 million really isn't that much. He's been informed, anyways.
Number two, just
yeah. Oh, wait. $100 billion.
Yeah. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So Austin and Vanessa, they have a night on the town where they have dinner and champagne from the roof of a tour bus, which actually looked like a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that would be so cool.
I would love to do that. That'd be cool.
If that is a thing in Vegas, I would go to Vegas just to do that. Although, if you stop too fast or if you have to turn, you'd probably spill your drink, lose your food, all of that, but I don't care.
They got to have that worked out, right? I mean, if they're going to offer it, they got to be able to keep you in there.
Right. But that makes me think that they don't offer it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good point.
But if they do, I'm here for it.
Vegas people, let us know.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Vanessa gets all tanked up and wants to...
All tanked up. I love it. Did you write all tanked up?
Yeah.
Excellent choice of words.
Okay.
I love it.
And wants to sleep with Austin. But he says no because she's drunk. She passes out, and he gets an email to go to Alada's house. That's all
Say
I'm
it.
saying.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
It is just Alada.
Alada vagina. Do you know what the name is that they're spoofing there?
No.
Pussy galore.
Okay.
Which one do you want to say?
I'll just stick with Alada. Alada is fine. You know who I'm talking about.
Pussy Galore's Flying Circus. Now you have to watch Goldfinger.
Okay.
Because
right.
that'll make some sense to you. She literally,
Add it to the
we
list.
are not broadcasting live on the radio right now. We are not beholden to the FCC at all. And
No.
Naomi is red.
I am, because, no, I'm not going to say that. Alada is fine. We know who I'm talking about. Anyways, he gets an email to go to her house.
A lot of vagina.
He's got to find out what Dr. Evil's company is doing with Project Vulcan, it's called.
Which is great.
Yeah, he breaks in, talks with Alada, who finds out he's Austin Powers while rifling through his stuff.
Miss Vagina. That's what he calls her.
I know. Oh my gosh, this movie. All right, so Vanessa finds out Austin slept with Lada.
A lot of vagina.
Yeah. So she's mad at him. He's busy trying to get himself familiarized with the 90s so he can fit in better, but he can't figure out CDs. I'm laughing because I'm just picturing in my head what he does there.
When he puts the CD on the record player.
Yeah, it just scratches and is so loud and
then he panics and
yes.
he can't pick it up and everything. It's great.
So he can't figure out the 90s. You know, he's just not made for this generation. All his friends are dead because of drugs and alcohol. And then you see him catching up on news from the last 30 years. You know, a lot had happened in that time. So Vanessa and Austin head to Dr. Evil's company. What is it again?
Verchicon.
For a tour of the facility, because apparently that's something they offered to the public. You know,
every hour on the hour, by the way. That's what that's how they meant. You know, that's the whole. It's somehow super easy to get into the bad guy's lair for
that's right.
every spy.
Well, they've got a tour. You know, they've got a tour schedule, so it's fine. Their plan is to dress up like tourists so no one recognizes them. They sneak into a restricted area, and then that's the scene where they steal the steamroller. So stupid.
I wish I could remember his name off the top of my head, but that dude's from Mad TV, and he does Stuart, look what I can do, that character.
Oh, the guy that gets killed?
Yes.
Yes.
The guy who gets steamrolled over.
Yeah, they're 50 feet away from him, and he's screaming. And they're like, move, get out of the way, get out of the way. And he's still standing there screaming. The steamroller is going 2 miles an hour.
But then they run him over and immediately get off the steamroller and go through a door.
Yeah. You couldn't have done that earlier? No, guess not. So while they ran off, one of Dr. Evil's henchmen sneak up behind them, hit their heads together, and knock them out.
Oh, that was Random Task, by the way, who is a spoof ripoff of Odd Job from the old Bond movies.
Okay.
Odd Job threw his hat.
Instead of this guy throwing his shoe
and his
all the
hat,
time?
the brim of his hat was, supposed to be super slicey, really sharp. And, in the movie, he throws his hat and cuts the head off a statue.
Maybe I should have watched the other movies first so I would understand why these names and,
there's a couple of little things. We probably dropped the ball on that, but then we wouldn't have gotten to Austin Powers for another couple of months.
That's right. And I wanted to do a comedy this week, so.
There we go.
All right. So Dr. Evil ends up putting Vanessa and Austin into the side room where they're supposed to be sharks with laser beams attached to their heads. But apparently they couldn't get sharks, so they're sea bass. What the heck?
They're mutated sea bass.
Yeah, they are, and they're aggressive. So
what did he
that's
ask?
good.
If they're angry or something like that?
I don't remember. It just.
Oh, okay. Well,
Couldn't get sharks with laser beams on their head. Okay.
Is it too much to frickin' ask for sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads?
I think it is.
It's just fantastic.
So then Vanessa and Austin are put on this slowly dropping platform. and the door's shut, so we can all assume that they're going to die, even though we all know they're going to find a way to escape. Dr. Evil's son makes that very clear to us, even though us as normal thinking humans would go, they're going to escape.
Yeah. Scott, by the way, is just awesome.
Yeah, Seth Green.
Because what if you're in the middle of a Bond movie and, the bad guy's got a normal kid?
Yeah, well...
That's just so stupid. It's such an awesome addition, and Seth Green plays that just...
He does it very well. Yes.
Yeah, he's great.
Anyway, so Dr. Evil's son, again, is feeling this way about like, hey, this is stupid. He mentions it multiple times. He says he's got a gun in his room and he can end all of this. But of course, Dr. Evil is not having it. We have to do it the old school villain way. Of course, they do escape, Vanessa and Austin, with floss that's actually strong enough to have them swing across onto a ledge, and they're able to leave out a side door. Vanessa runs to get help while we have Austin trying to turn around the cart he's driving, doing an 18-point turn, and he still can't get turned around, which, by the way, later, after he leaves the cart blocking everything, like 15 minutes later when they run through, that cart is still there blocking. They all have to jump over
I was wondering if you're going to see that in the escape scene when they're all trying to get the hell out of the lair.
Yes.
They run back by and that cart's still sideways. So he never actually did turn it around.
No, he couldn't figure it out.
But now you've watched that scene. How about I say it like that? You've watched that scene now finally. Did you know about that scene?
Have
you heard it referenced?
Multiple times, and like just by people. Whenever somebody is trying to like parallel park, or if somebody's got to like back out a couple of times, I've always heard it referred to as something that has to do with Austin Powers.
But you didn't know.
No, I had no idea what it
Awesome.
was going to be.
That's why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we're here.
But as soon as he was in that cart and he starts trying to turn, I'm like, oh, this is what this is. This is going to be bad.
Oh, the one part where he thinks he put it in reverse, he turns around, hits the gas, and goes forward right into the wall. It's just every single time will get me because he just plays that, awkward,
so well. Well.
Just amazing.
Maybe it was really an accident, and that's why.
I hope so.
But anyway, so we did. We got to see the 18-point turn that has never actually completed. All right, so then Austin Powers has to fight off fembots.
Oh, yeah, the fembots.
Yeah, I haven't mentioned them yet, which basically are just there to seduce any guy and all of that stuff. He fights them off by putting his moves on them, which apparently made their heads explode because he is just that much of a catch.
See?
Yeah, completely makes sense. Absolutely. Austin and Vanessa, along with 20 armed guys, bust into where Dr. Evil is launching this drill with the nuclear weapon on it.
Project Vulcan.
Yeah, so we're going to have our big fight scene, the pinnacle of the movie here. We've got our epic gun battle and all of Dr. Evil's guards and henchmen and all that shooting everywhere. Everybody's shooting. Dr. Evil is trying to escape and is banging on the door and freaking out. And it's just, why didn't he get shot already?
He's in a
come
little
on.
plastic suit and everything.
Yes.
Oh, great.
And then there's an abort button right on the wall. Austin Powers hits it just in time. Of course, the fight's not over yet, though. They still have to take out Dr. Evil, but he escapes through his, cryogenic pod that he's got that he was frozen in earlier. Yes, that looks like Big Boy. But not before hitting the self-destruct button for his secret lair.
There you go. You can't leave anything behind.
Yeah, you have to have that. Vanessa and Austin are able to escape even though the lair does end up blowing up. They get married, live happily ever after. So the next movie, I guess. I did leave out the part about the guy coming back, whether it's their honeymoon or whatever. What's his name?
Random Task.
Comes back, throws a shoe at him.
Who throws a shoe?
That's
that really hurt. Brian, I apologize. I'm doing an Austin Powers accent, not an English accent. So
that's right. You better clarify that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know that British people absolutely hate that, but it's it's my imitation of Austin Powers.
That's right.
It's not, the other thing. Yeah. Is that it?
That's it.
So, also, of note, all of Dr. Evil. Just everything about Dr. Evil.
Everything about Dr. Evil.
And the therapy scene. You left out the group therapy father-son scene.
I did, but I, like...
My father would drink. He would womanize.
See, like, why do I have to mention that? Like, they go to group therapy together and nothing gets solved. Whether that scene is in the movie or not didn't make a difference into the movie.
But it's
so
just an
it was not
awesome
needed.
Scene. It's just so funny.
It's just fun to quote.
It is.
Yeah. Doesn't make it an awesome scene in the
He would
movie.
make outrageous claims like he invented the question mark.
I can't. So many questions have been answered, though, after watching this movie.
I'll bet. I would like to know which ones, honestly.
Well, just more of some of the random things that you and your buddies would say. Now makes sense.
There's been a lot of Austin Powers quotes just flying over Naomi's head over the years, and she just has no clue.
My entire life.
Now you
Until
are
now.
1/3 of the way there.
That's right.
How about that? All right. It is time for the review questions, unless there was any other
that's
notes
it.
that you had or anything like that. All right. The burning question is, did you like it?
Yeah, I like it. It was stupid.
Begrudgingly, she
let
likes
me
it.
say, it was stupid.
Yes, it is. And nobody ever advertised it to be an Oscar winner or anything.
I definitely didn't expect that.
It's
but
not supposed to be smart.
it did make me laugh, though. So, I mean, it does work as a comedy then. So.
All right. Well, I'm super glad. I'm relieved you liked it. What did you know about Austin Powers going in?
That he was a spy, and this was going to be like a spoof movie about a spy.
Okay. Thoughts going in?
Oh my gosh, this is going to be so stupid. I hope I laugh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You really weren't even sure if you were going to laugh?
I thought it was going to be so over the top dumb that it was not going to be funny.
All right.
You know, like those movies that are like cult classics. Like you had to be there and watch it the first time around and laugh those first times, you know? Otherwise it's not funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. So you were super worried about it being just too much.
Yeah.
Okay. But it wasn't.
No, don't get me wrong. It is
It's up there.
very much, but I guess it didn't hit that too much.
All right.
Level.
It is. It is much. What surprised you?
Probably how much I laughed at it. You know, I really wasn't expecting. I was expecting more eye rolls than anything else.
Okay.
There were quite a few eye rolls. Don't get me wrong.
And that's kind of part of the charm of it too, though, because if you're not laughing, you're rolling your eyes at it a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's like dad jokes.
But I mean, these were huge at the time, so you know they have to have been a little bit funny, you know.
Yeah.
What would you have liked these more or less if you watched them when you were younger?
I probably would have liked him more.
A little
being
bit more
younger. Yeah.
Then you would have been like in on the jokes and all of that stuff.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What was your favorite part?
There was a few parts that I thought were pretty good. The 18-point turn is definitely going to be up there. But again, it's the fact that the cart is still there, that they have to jump over the cart to escape later.
It is a very, well thought out spoof.
Yeah.
Parody. However, it really, really does hit all the same notes and beats as the old ones. So if you like, Airplane or Naked Gun
Which I
and all
did.
that
I
stuff,
loved Airplane. I thought that was... I loved that movie.
It's so funny, the random movies that Naomi has seen, because she's seen Airplane and Blues Brothers, but not anything else, really.
Yeah.
So not Ghostbusters, not all the other stuff. So, all right. What was your least favorite part? This ought to be interesting.
Probably a lot of the names. Her name is Alada, and that's all it's going to be.
A lot of the names.
Yeah, a lot of the names I did not enjoy. Maybe I just didn't want to repeat them. Let's leave it at that.
Okay, so you can't come up with anything else that's your least favorite part. That's good. That's a good sign.
No.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it to someone else who hasn't seen it?
Yeah, of course.
Would you?
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. I'm very, very happy about that. Would you stop and watch it if it's on TV?
Probably.
Yeah, you would. I skipped it. Would you watch it again?
Yeah, probably.
Well, I got news for you. You're gonna end up watching it again.
I'm sure it's going to be on in the background often.
And finally, this question makes sense more sometimes than others, but are you happy you watched it?
Yes.
Because
yes, I am.
It could be like oh my God, I'm never watching that again, but I am happy I saw it. But
Right.
That's why we asked that one. So, all right. Anything else you want to add about Austin Powers International Man of Mystery?
No. I think, again, the big thing was I knew it was going to be a stupid movie, but I was surprised that even with the stupidness, it was still funny. Although there were a lot of eye-rolling moments, but it wasn't bad.
Stupid funny is my whole life.
It is.
Stupid
so
funny.
it fits.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Glad you watched it. Glad you liked it.
Yeah. All right, it's time for Thought of the Day.
Thought of the day. Thought of the day. It's your thought of the day. Thought of the day.
All right. Beekeeping is the part of the Venn diagram where gardening overlaps with hazmat detail.
Is that just because of the clothing?
No, it's still dangerous.
That's great. I like that.
Luke, you going to leave us with a laugh?
I am going to do my best. The instructor in my self-defense class said the most effective place to kick a man is near his knees. Personally, I think it's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just learned the word for constipation in German. Far from pooping. Yeah, we play this game where it's like, does Naomi laugh or not? But
I'm not laughing.
she's laughing.
I'm not laughing.
She's laughing. If I'm reading their... Wait, what? Yeah. If I'm reading their lips correctly, my neighbors are arguing about some creepy guy next door.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Not everyone thinks of Cleopatra as beautiful, but that's how Julius sees her.
That's stupid. Did you really like that one that much? That's stupid.
I really did. Let's see. My clothes are divided into 3 categories: summer, winter, and in case I lose weight.
Oh, yeah.
That's more of a thought of the day, I think.
It is. Because I think we all have those piles. Like,
All of them.
yeah.
All of us, yeah. And finally, the CEO of Pepsi was fired this morning. He tested positive for Coke.
Ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Should have stayed with the nuts one, huh?
I guess. They're all terrible.
I think it's nuts.
Yeah.
All right. That is going to wrap us up for episode 82. Looking forward to your answers about the little things people do around the workplace that drive you up the wall. Facebook, you can leave those on YouTube or, just message them to us, however you want to get them to us.
It's going to be a great ranting session
It is.
next week.
It will be.
I can't wait.
It's going to be just airing of grievances.
That's right.
On Luke and Naomi episode 83. How about that?
It'll be fun.
That should be fun. Looking forward to that. Of course, we don't know what movie we're going to do for episode 83 because we don't decide until the last minute.
It's not Austin Powers 2.
It's not going to be The Spy Who Shagged Me?
No.
We're not going to go right into the next one?
No.
Oh, I can't wait till we get to those finished so that you can see all of them.
We'll get there.
We'll see. I want to know if you like the second one better, the third one. I love the third one. A lot of people think that was the worst one.
We'll see.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
All right. Find us everywhere. Luke and Naomi on air, Google, the other places that you search on the internet, YouTube especially. If you haven't yet, please head on over to YouTube and like and subscribe or follow us. However that goes.
Yeah.
We really, really appreciate that one. Until episode 83, have some fun this week and be excellent to each other.
Love you. Bye.